Being in the state of awe was one of the first subjects of my discussions with machine elves. In fact, when they mentioned it for the first time, I had to look up the word awe in the dictionary. I heard this word before, but I wasn't sure what it meant, and it turned out it means exactly what the entities were talking about. They call it the state of awe, bliss, or deep emotions, but they always refer to the same emotional concept. In this video, I'll explain what it is, how machine elves define it, and why they say it is so important for you. You might have noticed that these videos became more emotionally charged recently, and there is a reason for it. The entity said, the reason you make these videos is to help people experience the moments of awe. Be the initiator and the precursor to everything. Start a feeling that will become a permanent memory. And that's what my goal is when talking to you. If you're new here, you need to know that 434 is a collective of spiritual individuals who want to see a change in this reality. We are building a loving structure for everyone to have a more conscious and more spiritually fulfilled life. If you'd like to join us in doing this, I want to ask you to help 434 financially. You can join Patreon or Subscribestar, or you can donate through PayPal. You don't need an account with PayPal to do it. You can also use cryptocurrencies. You will find all links in the video description. Help us improve the lives of others and be a part of something amazing. Thank you. Many of you told me that you sometimes have problems with understanding ideas I introduce from other dimensions, so I will start by explaining what the state of awe actually is and what it feels like. This is an alt concept that has many names in our human world: nirvana, bliss, kundalini energy. In the simplest words, it can be explained as a mix of the sensation of physical, uplifting happiness with the sense of fulfillment. I will speak about it from my own experience, and because it is a very subjective feeling, I must admit that I'm not sure if other people experience the same. I believe we're all in that state frequently as children. Machine elves refer to childlike emotions many times when they talk about being elevated emotionally. They said once, remember what it was like to be a child. Life and everything around you is loving, you just have to open yourself to it. There must be something special about the purity of child's emotions, because they said that in our world, sometimes the creator takes the form of children because that's the easiest way to initiate and communicate love. It seems children are in this emotional state most of the time. I remember being like this, and I remember when this started slowly fading away as I was growing up. It returned thanks to music in my teenage years when I was DJing and dancing a lot, and then it went away for a long time when I entered my adult years. It was this psychedelic experience at 35 when it all came back in a matter of minutes. I remember suddenly realizing how I missed it and how long it had been since I felt it. Thanks to 434 and you, I experience them very often now. So what does a state of awe look like? To me, it's a psychedelic state of mind when it feels like you're suddenly becoming a different person, or like having a different life for a moment. It is relaxation, happiness, confidence, the sense of harmony and oneness with the energy and the world, and emotional and spiritual purity, all happening and being felt at the same time. State of awe happens when you engage in something so exciting that your vibrational frequency exceeds the threshold of your physical sensation abilities, and when it becomes so high that your remote consciousness of higher self becomes more available to you than your physical form. It is the moment when you get close to your true metaphysical form. This is when you connect to and when you are the closest to the energy, God, creator, the entities, call it what you want. This is when the energy flows through you freely. This is why I wish you this so often at the end of 434 videos. Machine elves say that we need to remember about this all the time. They want you to let it flow through you without resistance. Of course, in our everyday life, sex is the closest we can get to that state, although I define it as a concentrated version of the state of awe, as it all happens in relation to physical sensations. The state of awe is a loving state when a wave of tingling energy physically goes through your whole body. It's a healing state that allows you to repair and grow. Your life perception changes and everything becomes as it really is. You're allowed to be yourself. You become much smarter. Even your time perception changes. State of awe is 434. It's love, joy, and hope. Machine elves explain many times that this emotional state is what we need to be in as frequently as possible. They said, your purpose here is to experience moments of awe. You should experience as many as possible, and your life should be made of them. They repeat this message very often in my communication with them. They explain this by showing me a simple diagram that I recreated here that you can see now on your screen. They said, you came here to love. Every moment of awe is a peak moment on the map of your life. The peaks are the only thing visible when you look back at your life at the end of it. They create the shape of your life. They show me that the sum of our emotional states throughout our life becomes the image representing the outcome of our emotional experiences here. Think about this diagram when you go through life. According to them, life needs to be fully utilized emotionally. Love, joy, and hope should be your everyday goal. That's why machine elves always want you to remember how important it is to fully enjoy the present moment. They said that you should focus on what you feel in a given moment because that's all you have looking from an emotional perspective. They refer to it as the emotional tunnel of a narrow spectrum of time and space, and they said that's all you need to take care of. They said, remember that life after this life will be made of what you had filled it with in this life. What you're doing now will define your future existence. I do not have all the information about reincarnation, death, and transitioning between forms yet, and I hope to be able to explain it soon, but it seems obvious that what we do here does have an impact on our form or our life after this one. Machine elves also call it deep emotions. They said that the emotions let you access the real you, the you that is normally hidden behind your ego. That's why it is important that the emotions you go through in life are constructive, because they define and create you. They said, deep emotions allow you to live the life you need to live. They allow you to move forward. The only thing that matters is to act the right way, and it will only happen when you are in and experience deep emotional states. Deep emotion states keep you connected to you and let you move. You connect to the truth with deep emotions. You need them. A few other important reasons why you need to be in the state of awe as much as possible. They allow you to raise your vibrational frequency. This in turn will allow you to activate your reality manifesting abilities. The entity said, to tap into the creating force, you need to be in the same frequency as the force. You need to be in high frequency to create things in your life. These uplifting deep emotions allow you to connect to and communicate with the metaphysical world. One of the signs that you're doing this is the explosion of the supernatural phenomena in your life, like synchronicities, telepathy, clairvoyance, and so on. I'll talk about this in the next video, but you become powerful and life stops being a struggle. Effectively, you can easily get on your path, fulfilling your destiny here. These states will allow you to open up to helping others. The entities told me, you're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be an example for people through your energy. You're supposed to lift everybody's spirits through being relaxed, happy, and positive. Remember that by being in the state of bliss, you tap into and activate the hidden metaphysical mechanisms of this realm, so-called net, as explained in the alien warning video. Machine Elf said, the structure of the net is made of emotions. It is what activates it. It doesn't matter what you do and what your life is about. The only thing that matters and that is visible is the emotional input into the cells of the net. Of course, there's many other benefits of being in the state of awe. You allow yourself to notice and take advantage of the gifts and life deals I talked about recently. You get to lower the control of your ego over your life. You lower the levels of stress and anxiety. You become more confident and immune to hardships of social interaction. You become more interesting and attractive, and many, many more. Life just gets better with states of awe. Now, how to achieve them? Psychedelics are the easiest way to experience them, but this can also be done without them. The main thing is to raise your vibrational frequency to be able to generate and access the state of awe. I made 2 videos recently explaining what vibrational frequency is and how to raise it, so if you haven't seen them, look them up. It is a very small step from high vibrational frequency to the state of awe. Once you allow the energy to flow through you without resistance, you will need to create conditions in your life that will allow you to activate these transcendental moments of bliss and ecstasy that will act as amplifiers. It is a combination of lifestyle choices, your environment, and like-minded people around you. Most of the Machine Elf messages are related to it, and this information can be found in almost all 434 videos. Just remember what the entities said. It's your simulation and you define your reality and your emotions. Remember that you attract that which is required to create your reality. A state of awe can last anything between 1 second and a few hours. They might be short and rare, but they are still very important because the moments leading to them and the lasting effect they have on you afterwards have a highly positive impact on you and your life. Remember this message. Life is all about finding the possibilities to experience love. The definition of life is finding love-generating situations. That's why you do everything. That's why you have children, a family, a job, relationships. They should be all about love. Please remember about this. I wish for you to be able to generate the states of awe frequently, and I hope you can stay in them for as long as you need, changing your life for better. May the 434 river flow through you freely. B434. The next video will be an important message about the reality-changing powers we have here. Just a reminder that these videos exist only because of your donations, so if you want to help, please go to the video description for links to all methods of financing 434. Your support is very important and much appreciated. Remember about the website b434.com and about sharing this video. Join my second YouTube channel and enjoy all other social media. There is YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, VK, BitChute, and if you need to chat with other 434 members, go to Reddit or Discord. If you're on YouTube, tap the notification bell and visit the websites of Louis Dyer and The Intangible, whose graphics and music I used in this video. All links below.